I'm becoming a larva. I'm gonna cocoon, and it's gonna be scary. You're gonna have to deal with it. You're gonna hear me slowly morphing into a cocoon on air. Welcome,
Mother's Grub Day.
Mother.
That was like
Grubbers Day.
yesterday?
Happy Grubbers Day.
Or probably like a week ago.
That was like yesterday. Fuck you. Whose fault is that, motherfucker? Oh man. Welcome everybody to the GrubCast, episode 8. 8.
Yeah.
There's a character in here that's Vriska's favorite episode.
Magic
episode 8.
Snowball 8.
Everyone loves Vriska, by which I mean me. And also Vriska loves this episode because it's
Vriska
episode 8.
Vriska.
Yeah, Vriska also loves Vriska a lot. Hello everybody, welcome back. Housekeeping, Twitter. I post bad content on Twitter. Go look at it.
Go consume those memes.
Patreon. Update on the Patreon. We have 5 lovely patrons.
Yes.
We have Blue Liz, Toby Classbeck Expert,
the only
Mia.
Yeah. My Homestuck, is he still
My
there?
Homestuck Dante,
Yeah.
and ATA, Ada. I'm going to call you Ada. We still haven't figured out that one. We haven't really nailed that down.
Yeah,
going to call you Ada.
We're speculating.
Update. As of this episode being out, you can look at your screen if you're watching the YouTube version. If you're on Spotify, you can go fuck yourself. Sorry. But if you're watching the video version of this, you can look at the screen and see, oh my goodness, this wonderful hive bin artwork.
Whoa.
And then you realize that the last episode also had some really nice artwork. Whoa. Well, every episode is going to have some nice art. And if you want to get the lovely Homestuck art done by me for every episode of the show, without the GrubCast logo and the page numbers and shit on it, if you donate to our $5 tier, that's where you get that. Give us money, peasant.
you gutter blood scum.
Oh god, no, my minority co-host is now becoming the racism. Oh, he's becoming what he swore to destroy.
You have. I saw the color of my own blood, and I changed my ways.
Oh my god, it's like that. It's like that sketch of the blind black dude who's a Klansman.
That's a Dave Chappelle skit.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're gonna get canceled.
Oh fuck!
Just for laughing at that joke.
Oh god damn it! I'm gonna block myself on Twitter now. I cannot condone my own opinions. Go check out ET's music. He makes music. We have a fan art submission from the very first subscriber of the GrubCast.
Wow.
Evelyn, aka Floofy Fox Gal, who I will have linked their YouTube channel below. Check out Doc Scratch.
That's Doc Scratch.
There he is. He's a ball, man.
Whoa.
He's got a ball on his head.
I love it.
It's great. There's some charm to it. I want to hang it up on my fridge.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I don't have a printer, but if I had one, I'd hang it up on my fridge. I'm gonna hang it up on my digital NFT fridge, my non-fungible fridge.
NFF. That's beautiful. But yeah, that's for sure fridge-worthy material. We love that you sent us that art. Thank you.
Thank you. The fuck yeah. That's it. All right, let's talk about trolls.
Yeah.
Holy shit. All right.
Now let's get into it.
So much stuff in the Discord channel can now be not in the spoilers channels. Because, there's been so much troll shit that we've just kept.
It does seem like a big part of the fandom.
It easily is. We're gonna just start off by talking a little bit about general troll shit. All right. What are your thoughts on trolls as a whole, right now? Because that's where we're going to start off with, and we'll move into a more chronological thing. But let's just talk about trolls, because they are a massive shift in, the world and mythos of Homestuck.
Yeah, for sure. So, honestly, I had them pinned from the beginning. I looked back in my notes. I have the exact same take on them now, having further depth.
You did pin them pretty fucking early.
After when I first saw them, which is... Man, trolls are dicks, dude.
Yeah.
They're just assholes all the time to everyone, occasionally not to each other, it seems.
It kind of sheds some light on how they view... okay, remember last episode we were talking about how, Dave was being super ableist to Terezi?
Yeah.
It would totally make sense now why she just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, she doesn't care
because that's just part of her daily life in society.
Everyone in troll society will make fun of you for anything.
Everyone is evil and nightmarish and terrible, and they'll just kill you for being annoying.
Yet somehow endearing.
Yeah, exactly. I know, right? They're kind of weird. I love all of them.
It's odd. But yeah, that's my hot take on trolls. They're dicks.
They are they're dicks. 100%.
It seems like they're just like bred for evil, maybe, or maybe like something about the society and the like.
It's more that second
system.
one. It has less to do with that they are like born evil. It's more to do that like the culture on their planet kind of cultivates an evil, because if you're not evil, then you just get fucking murdered.
Yeah. Okay. Or you're cold.
Yeah.
we don't use big words like murder or kill. That's a little...
Yeah, that would be bad. No. Cold. You get cold. Yeah, there's lots of funny alien words that they use. There's so many funny alien words. Oh my god, it's actually impossible to understand what the fuck's happening unless you can just make connections between the weird funny alien word Hussey decided to call. Like they throw the bathtub through the wall, and it's no, that's not a bathtub, it's an ablution trap or whatever.
Hey, please use the right terminology.
So yeah, trolls are easily the most iconic cultural export of Homestuck.
Mm-hmm.
If you think of Homestuck, if you say to someone, "Oh, have you heard of Homestuck?" then they'll go, "Isn't that the comic with the gray people in it?" Yeah, like those people I saw, like DashCon or whatever. Like, isn't that what Homestuck is? And you have to sit there and be like, I mean, yeah, there's more to it than that, but yeah, trolls are why Homestuck got undertaled.
Okay,
and I don't mean that in that the trolls are a problem, because they are great. Yeah, but like the sandbox of creativity that Troll Society gives you to like make your own characters and stuff inevitably led to a similar level of cringe from both inside and out. So now from the outside looking in, Homestuck is forever tainted by the legacy of people doing really cringe shit with like trolls.
That's what the fan base really clung to and caused that like rabid fervor.
Yeah, like it. Exactly, 100%. You nailed it. Oh, thing about trolls? Do you now know why we are called the GrubCast?
Because of the mother grub that lays all the grubs?
All the trolls grow from grubs. And they're born as grubs, and then they like grow arms and legs and shit. That's why. And all of like stuff in Troll Society has to do with like weird grubs and larvae.
Yeah, all the technology is based on that. Okay. Yeah, all
there
right.
we go. We are a grub. We become trolls, actually.
Now we're actually trolls this time.
Oh, man. All right. People have wanted us to talk about this. Wait, before that. Let's just go through some more basic troll concepts. Trolls are born onto what's called the hemospectrum, where the color of your blood determines your
like caste
in
place.
Society. Exactly, your place in the social hierarchy. But it's important to note, also just determines how cool you are. Like just to be
factually,
like factually, like
because like Solix has weird powers.
Yeah, Solix has weird powers.
Vraska's got that weird eye thing. Okay,
yeah, 100%. They like you have different psychic powers based on your plot in the hemospectrum.
Aqueous is buff as fuck.
He's super buff, and like just to be clear, if you're higher on the hemospectrum, you live longer. And I don't mean in a sense of like you're allowed to live longer, although I do kind of also mean that. But like literally, you just have a longer lifespan. To the point where the people like really up high, the one we haven't seen them yet, the 2 sea dwellers.
Yeah,
but I'm just going to throw this out there. Like sea dwellers can live like thousands of years.
Jesus.
So that's a big part, and the 12 blood colors are loosely based on the zodiac and shit like that. Before I talk about the big thing, do you have any other general questions about trolls before we talk about probably the most infamous incident in Homestuck fandom?
No.
All right, there we go. All right, this is it. The way I described this to you before in concept is that, like, remember when the Steven Universe people like bullied that fan artist into like trying to kill themselves?
Yeah.
And how everyone brings that up when they talk about how shitty Steven Universe fandom is?
Yeah.
This is our version of that. It's not nearly as fucked up, but if you mention Homestuck, they'll be like, oh, isn't that the fandom where this happened? I would like to set the stage. All right? Bunch of friends are going to go to Anime Expo 2012. This is like peak of Homestuck fandom.
Okay.
They're going to go together. There's like these 2 friends that had a bunch of other people that were going to go with them, but they dropped off. So now these 2 friends don't have the money to like buy the hotel room anymore because they were all going to like split the cost of it.
Yeah.
So, in pure desperation, please, I want to go to Anime Expo. they turn to someone who they had met at a convention the year before named Terry. That's what they went by on their Tumblr, so I don't think I'm actually doxing them, but also it literally doesn't matter. This happened like 10 years ago. So they met Terry at a convention the previous year.
Mm-hmm.
Terry agreed to help split the cost of the hotel room with them. And then the problems start.
Yeah, I was worried
so
about that.
So they get to the hotel. They're waiting for Terry because they all need to get there to check in. Terry is 3 hours late to checking into the hotel. So they just have to sit there and wait for Terry to get there so they can pay.
Jeez.
Once Terry gets there, she will not shut the fuck up about Homestuck at all. These two other people were just going to Anime Expo because they liked anime. Terry will not shut the fuck up about Homestuck. She's constantly talking about it and about how, oh my god, I'm going as a troll, guys. I'm gonna dress up as a troll for Homestuck Day. Not for Homestuck Day, for Anime Expo. It's gonna be super cool. And they're like, alright, sick, Terry.
Totally original idea. I love it.
No one's ever done that before except for like the other 100 people that were gonna be at Anime Expo being trolls. Now, when you're going as a troll, obviously, you need to do some type of like body makeup.
Yeah.
And there are ways to do that. I don't know what they are, but what she ended up doing is definitely not what you should do. So, they're now in the hotel room. Terry is just like spreading her shit all over the room. Like she's just being genuinely a terrible roommate, right? It seemed like this was one of those situations where they liked Terry, they thought she was cool, but then it was one of those where once you were living in close proximity, you were like, oh, we are just not compatible in terms of like roommates.
Yeah. I don't want to spend an extended period of time with you.
Yeah. So anyway, they wake up the next morning, and they're all getting ready for their costumes, and Terry goes into the bathroom to do her troll makeup. She locks herself in the bathroom for 2 hours, and will not let anyone else in to, like, finish their shit. And eventually they get really annoyed, and kind of worried, and so 15 minutes past the 2 hour mark, they, like, wedge open the door, and there is a sight to behold. Terry is in the bathtub. There are open Sharpie markers all over the room.
No.
Terry is sitting in the bathtub, and the bathtub is filled with a mix of 70% alcohol and Sharpie marker dye.
What?
This dye mixture is all over the walls. It is clogging up the, like, drain. The pure look of horror I'm looking at right now.
What?
Yeah, there you go. It's awful. There's shit everywhere. They're screaming at her because, like, what the fuck are you doing? We're in a hotel. This is gonna, like, permanently fuck shit up. And it does. Yeah. Terry has to pay $700 worth of damages to the hotel. Oof. And Terry got multiple forms of skin poisoning.
Yes, from all that, I bet. Oh my god.
I have no words.
You're at a Homestuck. Oh, you mean that one lady that tried to, like, dye herself?
Yeah, so this is the Sharpie bath incident.
Oh god.
This is peak cringe for Homestuck fandom. This has forever tainted discussion of Homestuck with people that don't know about it. Because if you try to bring it up and be like, hey, it's a super cool comic, it has some really cool concepts, they'll be like, oh, that's the one where the lady, like, ruined a hotel room and, like, almost killed herself with skin poisoning. You're like, yeah, it's that one.
That is the one.
No, that's the one.
Oh my god, that is fucked.
Yeah, so the moral of the story, don't.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that at all. There are many other ways to do body paint. Do those instead. Don't do this. This is so much worse than I originally thought because I actually, like, had to research the whole thing.
Yeah.
The way I had it described to me was I thought she just, like, bought, like, Sharpie dye and then put it in the bathtub. And I was like, oh, that's really bad because that'll fuck up with your skin. Yeah. But no, the 70% alcohol was, like, the major problem. Like that will fuck you.
That will literally fucking turn you into a raisin.
So there you go.
God. All right. Well, yeah, no, that I could see that being pretty infamous.
Yeah, that's pretty influential. Trolls, man.
Trolls, man.
There you go. That's where we're at with trolls.
I want to make jokes about it, but I feel like it's in poor taste.
No, you're allowed to make jokes about it. I think you're allowed to make jokes about this. That's one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever heard of someone doing.
Yeah, no,
why would you ever do that?
I just...
Too much Homestuck, man. You can't stop it. You can't stop that Homestuck getting into your bloodstream or your skin. Apparently, Dog Scratch told me to. Fuck, Dog Scratch is manipulating everything all along. He's trying to cause the downfall of Earth, and the way he's going to do it is by causing people to give themselves skin poisoning.
It's the first step.
That's the first out of many.
Is that all the cringe?
That's the big one.
Okay.
There we go. That's the big one.
That's how I feel about that.
Yeah. Anything else you want to throw in before we just start going through chronological order like normal? This is gonna be a long one, guys.
I think I'm just ready to get to a lighter note.
Yeah, let's just move. We'll just move past that. We start off. Our boy, our lad, carcinogeneticist, Karkat Vantaz. Ooh.
So you seem to hold him in a very positive lens.
I do. I love Karkat.
And I imagine by the end of the journey, I'll get there. But based on what we've read so far...
he's really funny.
Oh, yeah. He's really funny, and I do fuck with that. But I don't think funny enough to make up for how internalized all his hate is, I guess.
I mean, but keep in mind as well, you've gotten through like 300 pages where it's introduced like 10 characters. They're all sitting at like a similar level of depth right now.
Mm-hmm. And then they'll kind of sift its way into the
there are some trolls that will kind of, they'll kind of filter out into important ones, less important ones, and ones that are just entirely like memes.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh, this is the joke one.
Yeah, like Equius is very, like, he's just a meme guy.
I'm not really gonna need to figure out his like major background.
He's just a fucking weirdo creep.
He's
like,
buff. Yeah. He likes beast milk.
He's into like weird BDSM like race play shit.
Yeah, like really weird.
Fucking Christ, we'll get to Equius. Hussey did not think anyone would like Equius. Just to be clear, Hussey was incredibly surprised when like anyone liked Equius at all.
Huh. Yeah, no, I feel like
he was designed to
painting him in the dark light of like, this dude's a dick. He's just like, he's a muscle-bound idiot. Don't really think too much about him.
But I love Equius. Our boy Karkat sitting in his hive.
In his hive with all his fucking rom-com posters from Troll Will Smith.
Yeah, and you can see that like the movies have like paragraph long titles, like the conversation with John. The font is like so small you can't even read it. Except for, of course, the Thresh Prince of Bel-Air, because
TV shows are new.
Yeah, they're new. They're new. We have a lot more leeway in terms of their titles.
They're getting catchier with the titles.
Right away, with like the enter name bit, we just cut to the chase. Karkat basically mugs the camera and says, "Listen, we're not gonna have time.
We're not doing this every time.
We're not gonna have time to go through all the normal shit you'd expect. We don't have the time to get into this at the depth we had with the kids.
I'm not gonna go find my arms.
Yeah, we gotta get through 12 characters. We're gonna focus on the big picture shit. Let's move this along."
Hurry up, yeah.
Which is great, because as much as I love the trolls, it would it would murder all tension if they just kind of meandered through their session. Because while we have completely stepped away from the main story to go tell this side story, because it's going through it at such a quick pace, there is still that sense of urgency of like, we have to get all this information out of the way. We got to introduce all these new characters because they're very relevant moving forward, but we don't have time to focus on the details. Dream Jade just got fucked. We need to get back. We need to move along. We got to get back to that.
We got to hurry.
But this is important for that. It keeps that tone going all the way through. It's really well done.
Yeah, it does feel much more quick, has a much quicker pace to it. Yeah, like you said, for the slew of characters you're having to get through. But also, it also seems like the trolls have played games similar to this and understand the mechanics way better than the human cast has.
We'll talk about that, but there's a lot more stuff they have going into this that like helps them out. And that is something to pay close attention to.
Okay. Yeah, all I have for the slicing, when we slice the name thing, is Carcino does not fuck around.
No, he does not fuck around. Business time.
He is a businessman.
Karkat's just kind of alien John Egbert, but really mean.
Yeah, I call him Anti-John. I was He's just like instead of like cheesy action flicks, it's rom-coms. Instead of Nick Cage, it's like Will Smith. Like
he's Auntie John, but also just John.
Also
it's
just
great,
John,
and I love him. Troll Society. Okay, here I have this written down. Troll Society is incredibly esoteric and arbitrary. Everything is just like this incredibly weird, hyper-specific bit just because Hussey found it funny.
Yeah.
It's like if Hussey designed an entire culture, which he did.
Yeah, he literally
so
did exactly
because of that, because Hussey is the god of this culture, he designed it from the ground up. It just means that every single part of the culture is just some weird, hyper-specific thing that Andrew Hussey thinks is funny. Like John Cusack being a universal constant. Because that's mentioned.
That's just hilarious. I want to just real quick drop some feelers out when we were going through Carcat's thing. Yeah, he's the same. He's also garbage at programming, just like John is.
He is garbage at programming.
I'm waiting for Nega Dave to show up.
I mean, Nega Dave would arguably be Solix.
Yeah. I thought it was
they're kind of going for the same like cool boy atmosphere, but like Solix is really insecure about like everything. He's kind of a wimp.
Instead of the like super confident Dave Strider. But I thought it was Gamzy's for a little bit, but now I was like, no.
Gamzy's very much his own thing.
Yeah, he's got his own thing going on. He's just so chill.
Gamzy and Dave have some great conversations later.
Oh man, I bet. I can't wait.
Oh my god, it's so awesome.
Oh, the encryption modus for hackers and the till death thing. It's a tilde.
Yeah, it's a great till death is a great fun little bit.
Like, oh, that's cute.
But it's fun you bring up the encryption modus because this is important to mention. Fetch modi have become stands, and I mean that in the sense that they are introduced with like some very specific rules where they are based off of data structures.
Yeah,
we have tree, we have stack, queue, array, and hash map, right? Mm-hmm. And then Jade has her weird board game moduses, and that kind of ties into what we were talking about how Jade breaks a lot of the patterns of the other kids kind of on purpose. She falls into that Star Child archetype, like you were saying. Yeah. From this point forward, that is no longer a thing at all.
It's kind of just whatever they're feeling like.
Yeah, stands were introduced. Stands are tarot cards, guys. Never mind. Fuck you. Now they're just bands Araki wanted to name shit after.
They're really whatever now.
Now,
whatever feels coolest.
Fetch modi they're just kind of whatever. And that's fine. I just want to point that out. Like, we will never again see fetch modi being dictated by, like, data structures whatsoever. Fetch modi are just kind of whatever the fuck Andrew wants them to be.
Yeah, Andrew actually makes a joke about it, he's like, when we're going through Equius, he's like, oh, the Strife portfolio. Remember the Strife portfolio?
That is a great... Yeah,
it's been here the whole time, I promise.
Still exists. It didn't stop existing or anything. Yeah, so Carcat has his encryption modus. Others will have their own weird modi, but they cease to have that much relevance as well. Like, fetch modi kind of goes fade into the background. Again, like we were talking about with the building last episode, it's like, all right, we can understand that characters are like figuring out how to use their fetch modi. We don't need to worry about the shenanigans about it anymore.
They'll get it. It may be a one-off joke, but other than that, don't really worry about it.
And it's cool because, okay, so Saiyans Undertale in the server was posting lots of things from like Hussey's forum spring where he answered questions. And he talked about the interactivity with like people putting in commands, because at this point we're well past when users were putting in commands. That's completely done now. This is all just Hussey writing out the commands for himself. Now. Yeah. And he talks about the idea that user commands are great for establishing characters and mechanics, because it means that the users can interact with those characters and mechanics and figure out how they work in ways that are of interest to the viewer.
Yeah.
But they're not very good at moving things along. So the commands are great for interacting with everything on a minute-to-minute level. Like, here's how John thinks about this. Here's what John thinks about that. Here's how fetch moduses work in this situation. But once that's all established, it becomes a hindrance to like view things in that minute-to-minute level. And that's what we're seeing, the trolls taking that to a new extreme, which is where we're zooming out. Pretty much none of this matters. We barely even see any fetch modi. The minute-to-minute shit is not important. Let's come on, move it. Let's move it along.
Yeah. We have a cast to get through here. Oh yeah, blah blah blah. No Hussey improves. Carcat like gets angry about Oh yeah, he like stands outside and starts to do that scene that John does where he's like looking off and thinking wistfully into the night, but instead he's like, actually, I don't have time for this.
Yeah, exactly. It's once again selling that. We've got characters to get through. Let's move the line.
Like, all that shit was cute, but now we got a story to tell.
Oh, it's also shown that
Game GrubCast?
Game Grubs, yes! We are the Game Grubs. We're gonna have a Let's Play channel, Game Grubs. It's gonna be awesome. Oh, it's revealed that trolls are born underground. From like the mother grub, and they have to like pass trials in order to like make it up to the surface and like build their house and shit.
Which I imagine are probably just different flavors of strife, if I had to guess what the trials are.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Yeah, I assume
we have no fucking clue what the trials are, honestly.
Alien lore.
There's some allusion to them in later shit, like with Hive Swap Friend Sim and stuff, but I don't fucking know what the trials are, man.
Yeah.
I assume they just shove those like babies into a room and be like, all right, kill that thing.
All right, to fight to the death.
Karkat has a great conversation with our boy, terminally capricious, Gamzy.
Oh, yes. He's one of my favorites thus far.
He's so fucking great.
I had to look it up. Capricious means given to sudden and unaccountable changes of mood and behavior. And I feel like that fits him. He's like terminally capricious because he's so with the flow that he doesn't care what happens. He'll do whatever feels right in the moment.
Oh, it's so great. And now that we have two trolls in front of us, let's talk about the trolls. The trolls are written to be kind of parodies of internet like stereotype archetypes.
Yeah.
So Karkat is just this guy who's constantly fucking angry and like pissed off.
He's angsty.
Exactly. Whereas Gamzy is like your internet stoner guy.
Yeah.
And as we go through all the trolls, they're all very clearly based on these like internet personality types.
Mm-hmm.
And Gamzy's just high all the time.
Yeah, he's always kicking the wicked elixir. He stay tripping, bro.
Yeah, we switched to Gamzy. This is what I have written down in my notes, word for word. My boy believes in a clown cult. All is miracles. Knowledge is fake and cringe. There we go.
Oh man.
I think he literally says that, like where someone's like, "Well, this is how it works," and he goes, "No, don't tell me. It takes away the magic.
Don't tell me. It takes away from the magic of my miracles, motherfucker."
He does an acrobatic pirouette off the handle. Pretty crazy.
What in the sweet almighty taint chafing fuck do you want? Is literally the first line of dialogue we hear Karkat say to someone who claims to be his best friend.
Yeah, my best friend. Open up dialogue. I fucking hate you and everything you stand for.
What the fuck is it?
If that's not troll society, I don't know what is.
But I've noticed as we were reading, like a lot of these dialogue scenes, like how like with the friends, like we have these sweet moments of bondings. We have the exact antithesis here of like these huge feuding fights of like, man, your inner insecurities. No, your inner insecurities. And then, all right, we're cool, right? Yeah. Anyway, about what we were talking about.
Yeah, this is just what friendship is on Troll Planet. It's just everyone being awful and horrible. It's great. He talks with GC, and they're playing a game that it's obviously Spurb. They're gonna play Spurb.
Yeah.
We got it again. We're moving it a lot. They're gonna play Spurb.
Flarp or something.
Flarp is a different game.
Oh, okay.
Flarp is live action D&D.
That was what they. Okay.
Yeah. Spurb is Grub. Scrub is Spurb, and then they play it. That's the same thing. Yeah, they're talking. They're gonna play the video game. Switch back to Karkat.
Real quick.
Oh, yep.
Where the fuck is he getting Fago from if Earth doesn't exist yet?
Fago is just a thing on their planet.
Oh, okay.
Like Troll Will Smith. Why is Troll Will Smith there if Earth doesn't exist yet? I don't know. It's funny.
Troll Will Smith, though.
Fuck you. It's funny. That's how it works. Fago is just like a thing.
They just make.
Well, okay.
But he talks about it like it's like, I guess they all know what it is.
Let me put it this way. There are things that we would know from Earth that are in Troll Society, even though Earth does not exist yet. There is a reason for this.
Okay.
Or at least an implied reason.
Gotcha.
That's the most I can say right now. That's the best I got.
Oh. when Gamzy is sitting out in the ocean, just looking up at the stars, praying to his clown gods or whatever, is he praying to the clown gods or is he praying to the same gods that talk to Rose now?
No, he's praying to the clown gods. No, serious. No, I'm serious.
Okay,
he believes in the dark carnival.
Yeah.
The clown boys up in heaven. no, he's a weird juggalo guy that believes in
just
like
wanted to make
religion.
sure it wasn't like, oh, actually, there's a connection here. No, he just
really fucks with
clown
clowns.
gods.
He really fucks with clowns. I told you that Insane Clown Posse would be incredibly relevant to Homestuck, and I was right.
It was,
and it will continue to be very relevant in a certain arc going forward. Trust me. All right, Karkat talks to Twin Armageddons we know to be Solix.
Yes.
This is what you were talking about earlier. Earlier, you were saying that they seem to have a lot more knowledge going into Sburb than the kids do.
Yeah.
And like Solix is very clear about like, yo, this is gonna fuck up some stuff, but we have to do it to save the world. We're gonna build, and it's gonna be cool, and we gotta win. What are your first impressions of Solix here?
Of Solix? This is the one with Gallows Calibrator, right? Or Terezi.
No, this is Karkat and Solix.
Oh, okay. But anyway,
it's not that big a deal of conversation because right after this we get into Terezi. It's just worth pointing out that they're gonna play Sburb. Solix knows a lot of the shit about it, and Solix is going to set up 2 teams to play the game to maximize their chances of winning.
Yeah, it's better odds.
We'll fucking see about that, bro. See how that turns out. It's probably gonna be crazy, bro.
But Solix, the master hacker here.
Oh my god, he's such a hacker boy. Terezi,
yes. So, I can't remember exactly who she's talking to. I didn't write it down. But at some point,
we're just getting introduced to Terezi right here.
Oh, I guess I only have her next.
You don't have. Oh my
dialogue
god,
text up.
The court case, man.
The court. Oh yes,
court case?
I didn't have anything to say about it, but I did note it. I was just like, man, huh?
It's such a great fucking sequence. She's like this weird, like blind lawyer lady,
like not Deadpool.
And she like role plays with her own
Daredevil.
self. And I have a quote written down. Mr. Senator, you smell very nice. Your luscious yellow scales are like the sweetest gumdrops to the prosecution's nose. But your deceit stinks. Did you honestly think you could drip your corpulent snout into the imperial beetle coffers like that and get away with it? Did you think your revolting abuse of the public trust would go unnoticed? Think again, good Senator. While the prosecution may be blind, rest assured the League of Legislators sees all. Phoenix Wright, Ace Terezi.
She's literally Daredevil though. He's a lawyer.
Yeah, she's literally Daredevil. She's just Daredevil. I think they call attention to that later. No, she's 100% Daredevil.
When they bring up her stripes, this is her walking cane.
She's Daredevil, but cooler than Daredevil.
Oh yeah,
she's so much cooler than Daredevil, and it's not even close.
Terezi is based and black-pilled.
Terezi watches Milo Yiannopoulos on the weekends. Oh fuck. No. Alright, you were talking about her first conversation.
Oh yeah, they talk about how she doesn't have a custodian, or that she doesn't understand what it would be like to have one.
Yeah.
In this conversation. And if I'm not mistaken, that doesn't get covered in this section. Like at no point are they like, oh yeah, because her dragon thing is sick or whatever.
Well, the idea behind that is that if her dragon woke up, it would be the end of the world.
Now
and then it hatches right as the meteors are like launching. So it's existing. Yeah, it just gets fucking bodied by a meteor. Holy shit.
Finally my custodian. Oh damn.
But yeah, it's like a prophecy element.
Okay, now I remember. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a really fun ensemble to get integrated with.
It's an incredibly fun ensemble.
Just like,
and we're gonna have a lot of trolls going forward.
Terezi, Gamzy's, Karkat, Solix, these are all amazing characters so far. Or at the very least are just like really fun to see.
Yeah, exactly. They're super fun. Terezi tries to get a weird like DeviantArt roleplay girl to be on her team.
Nepta, man.
Yeah, Nepta.
She is something
We'll talk
else.
more about her when she's introduced.
She's anti-Jade. Or, yeah, no, I said that right.
Yeah, straight up. Because Jade is like vehemently not a furry, even though she literally is one.
She for sure
Whereas
is.
Nepta literally is like goes so far the opposite direction. She like lives in a cave and hunts food
with her bare hands,
with her fucking claws, and has like a shipping wall.
Yeah, she has a shipping wall.
She's literally a like DeviantArt furry roleplay enthusiast.
Yeah,
but not like RPG roleplay, like per RARXD roleplay. What do you have next?
I wrote down all the handles of the trolls for a little bit, just because I was like, "Oh shit, this is the first time I've seen all of them."
Oh and, yeah, they all are.
And then I started analyzing Karkat, psychoanalyzing him as a character.
Go for it. Hit me with it. Because we do switch back to Karkat a little bit here. She talks to him.
Yeah, she talks to him, and his just is inherent, like, hate for everything. Like, everything he says feels like at least kind of an attack. I wonder if it's like a defense mechanism to make him feel better. Like, I think he says something to Solix about, like, or he thinks to himself, like, oh man, look at this code that I can't understand. I gotta tell him I'm not impressed with it, because, like, that'll make him feel better or something. But then, like, later, I think in the segment, he straight up just claims that. He's like, I know I have insecurities, and I know that I hate myself more than anyone else. I just take it out on everyone and make it everyone's problem.
Yeah, Karkat there's such a puddle of loathing that comes from Karkat for his own being that then just like spills out onto every other person in his own life.
Yeah.
But like not in an edgy way, just like in a funny way.
Yeah, he's
this
more...
becomes way funnier once Karkat has access to future and past versions of himself to fuck with.
Oh, he's like a time user?
No, but reminder that Trollian has built-in like time integration shit. Yeah. We know that because they're constantly talking to all the kids at different points. So he's able to talk to like various points in time versions of himself, and they all hate each other, and they have incredible conversations.
They all hate each other.
Yeah, it's great.
Of course. Oh man.
Yeah, Terezi talks with Karkat. They're setting up the team leader. By which I mean Karkat talks to Terezi and says, fuck you, I'm the team leader now. And she's like, all right, fine. God damn.
I don't care.
And then, but it's also like, she kind of plays him like a fiddle. This ties into what we hear later from Vriska and stuff about how Terezi is used to kind of manipulating people to get what she wants. And in this case, she just expertly like manipulates Karkat into, yeah, sure, you're the leader. And, you know, as the leader, you're the one to go attain glory in front of us. And I must sit behind, basically to just fuck with him, because now she has power over him by being the server player. And this ties into, I want to talk about a thematic idea about, like, the nature of leaders that is put forth by Sburb. Because in both two sessions now, well, first off, we know from the Colonel Sprites and Aradia talking about later, is that, like, Sburb has these compulsions about the ways it tries to structure itself. And that kind of extends to some of this team leadership. Because if you remember, Sburb creates this mythology around its players. When John's exploring his planet and he talks to his consorts, they treat the Heir of Breath as like this mythical, heroic figure. And one day he'll return, and like as if in some Arthurian legend, and he will take his rightful place and fix all our shit. It creates this mythology. And the team leaders kind of fit into this mythology as like these important people are meant to lead from the front. They're the first ones in. They go in with the least grist, the least options to progress. They get to they're the last ones to get to have fun with like Spurb god powers. They are 100% leading from the front. They don't, being a leader in the mythology of Suburb is about like sacrifice and responsibility and helping others, as opposed to sitting on the sidelines and kind of commanding. Yeah. Which once again leads into a comparison with
Jack and WV.
Exactly. Yeah. I love it, because Jack and WV both are very important in the narrative because they also fit into this archetype. Leaders, even though Jack is a fucking bad guy, he did it himself. Yeah, he's not afraid to get his hands dirty.
Climbed to the top.
WV didn't just tell everyone else to go do shit because his life was personally ruined by other people telling everyone to go do shit. He leads from the front. He gets everyone together, and he's the one that marches them to the kings. Yeah. And Jack's already done it. So, like, being important in Suburb is you doing shit. Importance is not something that you're born into or something that you just have access to. It's something that you make for yourself. Yeah. There you go. I just want to throw that out there because I think it's really interesting that this type of thing is built up.
I think well put.
Toby Fox keeps pumping out the bangers. I don't know why I wrote that down. Why did I write that down?
It is true.
Oh, it was the page where they pretend to have a flash animation, but they don't actually. They're like, listen, just fucking imagine one.
He goes downstairs.
Yeah, I listened to Showdown. Great fucking song. Toby's doing shit.
How do you get out of your cocoon in the morning?
What do you have next?
I'm right where you are right now. I was like, man, what what kind of custodian raised Karkat? Because before, at this point in the story, I was imagining that it was going to be like an adult troll or something. But no, they're just raised by monsters.
Yeah.
Just literal beasts. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense, actually, that Karkat would turn out this way. He's raised by a literal monster.
Yeah, but they all are, yeah. It's great.
It makes sense he's a dick.
It's specifically pointed out that adult trolls are essentially like shipped off world to like go do shit for the Alternian Empire.
But, what was it? Terezi, Pyro... Yeah, so Leet Speak is the language of the blind prophet. Whoever the fuck that is.
Well, that's her.
Oh, is it?
I mean, it's really obvious.
Oh, they said that they were the blind prophet was on like the green moon or some shit.
I
think they mentioned them several times.
I thought it was her,
and I thought it was somebody who's like not there because I think they get things from them and they reference them as outside of Terezi.
The blind prophet is on the green moon. Could be Scratch then.
That's what I was thinking. Was that it was Scratch? Because I think Veriska gets like the cue ball, the like all seeing.
That's
one.
way the fuck later, bro.
Oh yeah, she gets that and she's like, oh fuck. I got this from the blind prophet or some shit on the green moon, and they're both cue balls.
Then yeah, no, that's just hard confirmed. Then
okay.
We move to Solix.
Solix.
I have this written down because you try to leave, and then you go back to Solix, and it says, it appears this cool and moody dude had a change of heart. He feels pretty bad about flying off the handle like that, as if shit wanted nothing to do with the handle. Shit would like to reconcile with the handle and perhaps seek marital counseling.
It's a playback to the divorce they get.
It's so good.
With AR shredding.
It's so awesome.
That's a callback. I love that. Oh god. Adora Bloodthirsty.
Adora Bloodthirsty.
Let me get caught up real quick. Did the Magic Lady already happen?
Magic Lady?
What's her face? Aradia.
I mean, she kind of shows up a little bit, but she's not like introduced until later.
Yeah,
but they do kind of cut back to her. She's kind of like fucking around, like blowing up frogs and shit.
Frogs, because frogs are bad.
Well, yeah, she has a frog temple on her planet because, of course, they do. Because that comes from Suburb. It's built from the time loop. We saw this happen in the kid session. We get it.
Wheel, Land of Pulse and Haze.
Well, right now Solix is just like setting up the teams. He's just like talking around. He's setting up the teams with Terezi. He's like, all right, Terezi, you're going to be the leader. He talks to Apocalypse Harrison, who is Aradia.
Yeah.
They both are also just literally psychic.
Yeah, they're both psychic. He doesn't have a strike specialist because
this is for losers, bro.
I'm a psychic. It doesn't matter.
He talks to Apocalypse Harrison. He says, "Yo, Aradia, can't wait to save the world with this video game." And then Aradia says, "Super lied to you.
Yeah,
we're gonna blow everything up."
Going to
and he goes,
destroy the
"Oh
world."
no."
That's not what I
don't want to do that. Terezi, don't do the thing I just told you like 2 seconds ago. And she's like, sorry, dog.
Take it all back.
In the 2 nanoseconds since you told me, Karkat has now become team leader and we are literally playing the video game. We're all going to die.
Right now.
He's like, shit, bro.
Just talk to Karkat about it. You're trying to trick me again, I see.
Oh my god. Yeah, he tries to talk to Karkat. And Karkat's like, nah, you're trying to fuck with me. You're just too scared of how a cool leader I am. Here, let me blow up my computer. Then he blows up his computer.
I don't know how, but gamers will save the world, is what I wrote when he was talking about, oh shit, I gotta fucking get this goddamn video game all together so we can not die.
Will save the world.
And then they mentioned Mind Honey.
Yeah, you don't under any circumstances drink the Mind Honey.
Drink the Mind Honey.
Fast forward, Mind Honey. Delicious beverage.
But yeah.
Oh, it's stated in no uncertain terms that every Lussus except one will die and get prototype.
Yeah.
They're just like, fuck you, we're moving along. They're all gonna die. Don't get attached to any of them.
Just so you know up front, all of them are going to die. They speed ran this through that so fast.
And then like every time a Lussus dies, Hussey is like, oh my god, this development is so startling and shocking. That's
You're
crazy.
so surprised by this, aren't you?
Is that wild?
This is where that surprise and emotional payoff would be. But Aradia is a real fucking downer.
Yeah, she's really sad and depressing. She's constantly like, yeah, we're all gonna fucking die, and that's what needs to happen for the universe to exist or some shit.
It's gotta be this way.
It's all fucked and bad.
Isn't she like haunted by the fucking voices of the dead or some shit?
Yeah. I think she and Solix both are, but her more. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got 2 brains, so he can handle it.
Yeah. This makes no sense for his character, but it is a funny line. In Pester Quest, way the fuck later, one of the trolls that we haven't seen yet, in his route, wonders if Solix has 2 dicks, which is really funny.
Oh god, I don't even think they have.
They have bulges.
They have bone bulges.
They have bone bulges.
But
keep in mind. This is something that you noticed before. Do you remember before Rose prototyped? You were the one that called that. Like, it seems like Kernel sprites kind of have this drawing to like dead things,
to weird dead things,
and you called that.
Sprite,
you called that for Jasper, and then you were right, and it's just like, hard confirmed here.
Actually,
they literally says, "Quote." The game has no explicit rule that demands something dead for prototyping, but in practice, the kernel sprite has particular attraction to the deceased or the doomed. Across every session ever played, exceptions to this pattern are extremely rare.
It's just, wow.
Which begs to question, what will Rose's kernel be prototyped with? I mean, not Rose, Jade's kernel be prototyped with?
Something dead grandpa?
Maybe.
I guess.
I don't know.
Beck?
Beck's not dead, dumbass.
I know Beck's not dead, but he could die.
I guess that's true. He's a god green boy.
I got some weird fan theories about Beck we got to talk about later.
Oh, yeah.
Azrael down there. Again.
Oh my god, the program in the Souls finds.
The fucking Mobius double reach around.
the program that he finds in the server?
Yeah, isn't that the name of that bit of code?
I don't remember, but it's scary.
He's like, oh, was it? It's like, oh yeah, this will just destroy the universe. This will activate whenever the universe dies. And then there's a fucking floating thing in space.
Yeah, it's a server that's floating in the service the furthest ring. It's the same. It's a repurposing of the same panel for when Rose locked her like walkthrough away on one of the servers in the furthest ring.
Oh, okay.
So they're kind of in the same place. I don't know. They're up there.
But yeah, all I have is, oh fuck, the Dr. Scratch file, because it had all those little all those billiard balls rolling around.
You're on top. You're on top of it. Specifically, because this is confirmed later with in Scratch's little section. Mm-hmm. This will summon Lord English into existence.
He said, It said he's like the first officer or some shit of Lord English.
Yeah. And then Lord English will then like go back, because he's like an indestructible time demon. He will then go back in time and fuck everything up. And it's bad.
You gotta destroy the universe to summon him so he can go back in time and destroy the universe.
And it's essentially to make sure he then puts into motion to make sure that his own existence happens.
Oh, okay. So
English is a time loop of his own creation.
Now that makes sense. I was like, man, he's gonna wreak havoc. He destroyed the world just to destroy the world. That's silly, but I guess that makes sense.
Oh god,
next I got
Tavros.
Okay, yeah.
Fucking
Tavros
Christ.
and his massive horns.
Let's talk about Tavros. He's the worst, and that's why he's great. He's awesome, and I love him because he's awful and terrible. I hate him.
Grown to like him more.
Yeah, that's why he's very likable because of how he's bad, and that's why he's great. He's constantly flumbling around.
Okay.
That's the word I'm going to use to describe him. He's fumbling around. I don't know. Haha. I'm going to be really confident, guys. I'm going to be super confident and I'm going to do things myself because I'm really cool. Haha. I promise. Please don't hate me. And then he plays Yu-Gi-Oh.
Then he plays fucking Duel Masters.
He plays Duel Masters.
Man, that TV show is ancient. But anyway,
and then he immediately talks to Vriska after playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And Vriska says, lol, you're dumb and crippled, die, I hate you.
I have no need for someone who has no use of their legs.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
Oh my god!
No, it's super fucked up. And once again, at the time that this was written, I don't think this is the angle that they were working towards. Yeah. But a more current interpretation, this does still kind of fall in line with Troll Society. Like, it's kind of a happy accident. It ends up working out because it just more characterizes how fucking awful and terrible everything is on Alternia. Where it's like, when John says the R word, you're just like, all right, John.
I'm like, whoa.
You're like, all right, Johnny.
Whoa.
Like, that's just something that, like, doesn't... Whoa, that was risky. That just kind of doesn't fall in line with like modern sensibilities. But on Troll Planet, it just doesn't matter because everyone is evil and horrible and terrible, and it just kind of works anyway.
They don't give a fuck about your disabilities there.
No, they do not care. Vriska especially does not care.
Does he daydream about having robot legs, or was that a flash into
That is a
future?
flash forward.
Okay.
Eventually, Aqueous will build him robot legs.
Okay, yeah. It says, you'll get cool robot legs one day.
One day. One day, Pupa Pan will get robot legs.
But man...
That's basically all that happens with Tavros right now. He plays Yu-Gi-Oh! He's the worst. Vriska shows up, calls him a crippled bitch, and then and Tavros is sad about it.
Doesn't he have a freestyle battle? Is this where that happens?
Maybe.
The worst freestyle session?
He might. This might be where the worst wrap-off in the history of Paradox Space happens.
Paradox Space.
How's can just say that? He's the writer. This is confirmed.
I just wouldn't have expected too many trolls to be like into-rapping, but... Apparently, these two did the worst.
Yeah, well, I mean, keep in mind, he raps off with Dave later, and it's the best.
It is pretty fire.
When I say raps off, I mean he writes bars and Dave leaves.
Dave leaves the chat. Then they explain the dragon.
Yeah, they explain the dragon. This is where the dragon gets bodied by meteors.
Yeah. It's like, oh, wow. Bam.
It's beautiful. Dead. Immediately.
Dead.
Dragons are super real.
Don't get attached
That
to
one died. Sorry.
And then Aradia's got the Crosby top.
I'm glad you wrapped that. I wrote down in all caps, the Crosby top returns. Aradia is very dead. She's super dead.
Is that when she fused with the Sprite? Or is this before
No, I'm just pointing that out because she's really dead.
Is she?
Yeah, she's a ghost.
Oh, man. Okay.
It's confirmed later. I'm just saying it here because we're introducing her character.
Yeah, they said something about it, but I wasn't sure if she died jumping in to become the Sprite.
No.
Or if she's just been dead.
Well, the specific wording was, you've been dead the whole time.
Damn.
And remember, Nepta can't see her on her computer screen.
Yeah.
Because she's a ghost.
Until she fused with the Sprite.
She died.
Fuck. Okay.
We see how she died later.
Mm-hmm.
It was related to the Team Charge, Team Scourge incident.
Ah, fuck. Okay. I think I put it together. That's where fucking Vriska comes up.
Yeah, Vriska does Vriska things.
Fucked, bro.
She's so fucked. She's also the best, and I love her. Vriska Chads, rise up. Let's fucking go. Come on.
She is mildly entertaining and probably one of the best villains I've seen in a hot minute.
We're not at Vriska yet. We're just at Aradia being depressed. She fucks up the Frog Temple. Oh, she's an architect, or not an architect. Archaeologist.
Yeah.
And she dug up the grub for Scrub and gave it to Solux for him to make the game. It's she found Spurb. So this is another big difference between Troll Planet and I keep saying Troll Planet, Alternia. Between Alternia and Earth is that Earth, Spurb was a professionally developed video game.
Yeah, it's a game people beat.
Yeah. On Troll Planet, it was just Solux. So, whereas on Earth, we technically have no idea how many humans survived. We have no idea how many people managed to make it into the game and how many people won their game and stuff like that. But on Alternia, in no uncertain terms, these 12 trolls are the only ones to survive because they are the only ones with the game.
With the game, yeah.
Not counting all the adult trolls that are off-world.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, something happens to them later. Don't worry. Geez. No, they're all gonna die. But
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They're for sure.
It hasn't happened yet, but just don't worry about it. They're all gonna die. None of them matter. It's fine. None of the adult trolls matter. Only these 12 trolls matter. All the rest of them are gonna die. Who cares? They're all fucked.
Trying to stop the coming apocalypse.
Yeah, Grimm is trying to tell her not to end the world.
Yeah, please.
Our hot lesbian goth wife who tries to tell Aradia, please don't end the world. And Aradia says, lol, I'm gonna end the world. Fuck totally you, bitch. Oh my god, this is when Vriska and Aradia are in cahoots. They're being in cahoots so hard. She knew the world was gonna end the whole time, and is basically saying, I want to be your friend while we end the world together. And Aradia says, sure, I guess, I don't really care. She's dead.
Yeah, I'm dead, so whatever. In this conversation between Aradia and Vriska, it seems like Vriska's very, I don't know, sinister or possessive at the time. Now I know for sure that she is both those things, but when I was reading I was just getting a read for the character, and I was like, man, no, she seems like she's got malintent with wanting to be so close to her.
We will talk about Vriska when we get to her, because I consider her to be one of the best written characters in the entire comic, hands down. She's not a good person.
What is her deal?
What is her deal? Her deal is so many irons in the fire. She has so many.
Yeah, man. She loves a good double cross, it seems.
Yeah, I think she tries to double cross the person that she's double crossing Aradia with, but then she gets double crossed.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. She got Mobius double cross.
Mobius reach across.
Yeah. The Mobius double reach across. Beautiful.
Oh, man.
Nepta. Cat girls. Nepta. Caramel dancing. In real life, she's a cat.
She is a cat. I was like, wow, they're speedrunning these pet deaths.
Oh, yeah, no. The way they present it is like, oh, God, what's going to happen to him? And it's just a hard cut for one panel that he dies in an avalanche. And they just go
crushed.
It's so great. She asks Centaur's testicle for permission, but Equius says no because I'm racist.
He says no. You're too high blood to talk to those losers. I wrote down every slur they have down here.
There are a lot of slurs. They're all great.
Stink-blooded.
Stink-blood? Holy fuck.
But, in that
how do you feel about all the racism? As a black man, how do you feel about all the racism in this?
How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
I think racism is bad. Hot take.
Yo! Okay, official GrubCast stance on racism, not cool.
Racism bad. Hot take for the century. But through the lens of this fictional reality, I guess, like, I don't get why your blood color would be so pertinent. Like, I can't imagine what... Well, I guess there's, like, real merit to it. Like, their species of the higher rank blood lives longer and just has powers, where the lower ones don't seem to and are closer to, like, human, but with horns and gray, I guess.
Yeah, it becomes less an ethical thing of, like, of why would you treat people differently when we're all the same on the inside? And it becomes more of an ethical question of, is it okay you treat people worse because they are,
don't
like,
have superpowers?
Yeah.
It's the X-Men argument. It's like, man, should the mutants take over because they have superpowers, or should we all live in harmony because humans are still humans and, like, have, like, lives and sentience?
Yeah, you're right. It goes in a more metaphysical direction.
Yeah.
But still super racist.
But yeah, still
They're
super
all very racist.
I think they shouldn't do it, but, like, this has more merit because at least they have superpowers.
Are you really ranking fictional racism
if
against
I had to rank
real life
this
racism?
I'd say this is better than the racism against the orcs because they just seem like kind of angry, and that's why you don't like them, because they're from somewhere you don't like, I guess. That's kind of dreary.
Wait, what the fuck are you... What?
Orcs?
What are you talking about, orcs?
J.R.R. Tolkien?
What about them?
Oh, the racism against the, like, people of Mordor in that, and this version of racism. I'm comparing fictional racism.
You're ranking fictional racism
you started
against
the
one
bit,
another.
And I just took it a bit further.
Yeah, you're okay. You're rolling with it. What's the worst fictional racism you've seen?
Racism. So you would have to, if anything, be inherently worse than someone, or does that make it worse? I don't know. That's a hard sell because,
if what you just said is just Homestuck.
Like, if you're on equal footing, but you're treating someone as lesser, that's bad. That's just basic racism.
Yeah, that's your everyday dollar store, like Dollar General racism. Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay, we're taking this a bit too far.
Yeah, we need to stop this bit. Holy fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, Centaur's testicle says don't play with the bad races. You can only play with the good races.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I said. Thank you, Equius. Very cool.
And then we cut to Tavros.
This is, in the past. This is a flashback.
Yeah, a flashback.
This is the Team Scourge incident.
I know it's a flashback because it starts with you stand there on perfectly healthy legs. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is for sure a moment before now where he's in a wheelchair.
Tavros is playing D&D.
Oh, yeah, he's just playing D&D with the boys. As Pupa Pan.
And so it is a team where it is Tavros and Aradia versus Vriska and Terezi.
Mm-hmm.
And Terezi is kind of off doing other things. Aradia is kind of off doing other things. Tavros is off being his plucky little self with his dagger lance.
Just playing.
And then Vriska says, lol, you're cringe. go fight those guys and die,
Fight
or
'em.
run away. And he says, if I do either of that, I will die. And she says, true enough, and then forces him to jump off a cliff.
To jump
So,
off a cliff.
just to be clear, with how ableist Vriska is, Vriska cripples Tavros and then constantly makes fun of him for being crippled.
She is the reason he is this way.
I'm going to spoil this because it's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Vriska ends up being Tavros' server player and installs a shit ton of stairs in his house.
Oh my god.
She goes so far with it.
Oh my god.
She's
why?
like so fucking shitty to
I just
Tavros.
don't get why they have so much beef. It's only one-sided, but I don't get why she hates him so
Tavros
much.
is like annoying and like weird and like cringe, but like he does not deserve
not
this.
enough to actively hate. He's enough to be a nuisance and stay away from.
Yeah.
But not enough to actively try to spite, you know?
This is insane levels. Wow.
Like if you bullied him, he'd probably be like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like, what does she gain? But she's just evil like that, so it may just be a whole thing. But anyway,
Carcat is contacted by Vriska.
Oh wait, I don't know if you know this or if it's important in any way, but how did Vriska block Tavros from contacting anybody? Like, there was a moment when they may have just been doing something else.
I think she. Okay, actually, when you mention this, I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
There is something that she did. I think she like distracted them. This feels vaguely correct, but don't quote me on this.
Yeah.
This is front of the cereal box. This isn't nutrition facts. All right.
Yeah.
I think that she got Scratch to talk to them.
Ooh.
I think.
Huh.
Don't quote me on that. She could have also just done computery shit and said, no, you can't message them, or just like talk to them herself and distracted them or something like that. I don't know. It's possible, but I think that's what it is.
And then,
off the top of my head,
as Tavros lays in this on the bottom of this cliff with his legs broken, well, they feel invisible. He hits up one of his homeboys, Carcat, one of his best friends, and he says, "Hey, dude, like, Vriska just made me jump off a cliff with my own leg. She just jumped me off a cliff. Can you help me?" And Carcat's like, "Stop playing games for girls." Bye, and then leaves the chat. I was like, oh my god, bro.
It's so great. And then it jumps directly into the future. Vriska says, "Hey, can I be on your team?" And Carcat says, "What the fuck? No. Holy shit, no. Are you insane?" Carcat basically tells her to stop fucking with his assets.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool.
She also, I believe in this one, Vriska mentions mummified bovine penis. And it's just a callback that I thought was funny.
It's pretty good.
Those days are far behind me. False. That's when she's talking to, I'm jumping ahead. That's when she's talking to, Terezi.
Okay. Aradia prototypes herself with the frog head, fulfilling the Colonel Sprite's want to bring shit to life because Aradia is dead.
Mm-hmm.
So she is the deceased thing that prototypes with the Colonel Sprite. They're all getting into the video game Vriska time.
Vriska. All right, yeah. Mummified bull penis.
Bull penis cane. Clubs Deuce has a bull penis cane. It's pretty cool. I love that guy. Shout out to Clubs Deuce.
Shout out to Clubs Deuce. She talks about how I guess this is where she mentions that she killed Aradia with, like, they're talking about, oh yeah, is that deal like that truce between us? Like, I'm about to break it. Is that cool? I think that's where this happens.
Yeah, you're right. She's basically like, yo, can I break truces and shit?
Like,
cool.
is that fine?
Vriska's a fucking sociopath.
Yeah,
like,
literally. Quite literally.
She's also a fucking power gamer. She gets levels like nobody's fucking business. Vriska shiny hunts in real life for other people's blood.
For other people's bodies and feeds them to her spider.
It's fucking awesome. She's like evil and terrible. She's like such a shit person. She's really into the number 8. Because she's like spiders, she's a spider, and her spider mom's a spider, and she likes the number 8 because of spiders. So she has a ton of magic 8 balls and like D8s.
Also, she likes apocalypses, which is a weird hobby to have. But
yeah, that is a weird hobby
you gotta
to have.
one.
The Doomsday device is a problem sleuth.
Okay.
The Doomsday device is from Problem Sleuth. It's like one of the unlockables or something.
Okay.
It's a like Doomsday collider. So the way it works is that you pop the middle dice, and that determines the number of sides that all the dice on the outside will have, right?
Okay.
And then as you roll each dice, the number of sides of all the other dice multiplies by that. So like let's say you roll like a 3, then now you have like 3-sided dice or whatever, and now you roll the first dice, and you roll like a 3 on that one. That's a good roll. So now all the dice are now 9-sided. Because you multiply them by that number of dice. You roll the next dice and it's 6. So now you have 9 by 6 and it's that multiplied until you get up to like the quadrillion sides or whatever.
And that'll be like the amount of sides your
dice the final dice has. And then when you roll the final dice, then that will be how much damage you do.
Okay. It'll be like her, kind of like her power.
It's not relevant to this, but that's what the problem sleuth is.
Yeah. She loves, Vriska loves apocalypses, and she also is constantly destroying those magic 8 balls. Kind of like if you kill Snowman, the universe will end.
Oh, that's so clever!
Like a little nod
nice
to that.
Catch. I never got that. That's a really subtle catch. Good shit.
I was like, ooh, okay, I feel. Oh yeah, she lies to Terezi and tells her those days are far behind her, which I'm certain they're not. She's totally gonna fuck some shit up and kill somebody. And then someone says gutter blood. I didn't write down who.
I don't know, but you're keeping track of the slurs.
I got to make sure I keep track of them.
Update the slur count, editor. That's me. I'm not going to put a slur count in. Vriska talks with White Text guy. We're not going to cut to the chase. This is Scratch.
Yes, absolutely. That was what I wrote. I was like, finally, we're here.
This is it. E.T., you have now read your first Dr. Scratch dialogue. Let's just cut to the chase because he has a bigger section later. But like overall, Scratch. Is he anything like you thought he would be?
I guess he feels almost more whimsical than I was expecting. I was expecting a very like cold and calculating force when Dr. Scratch came up, but he almost seems like light with it. Like
exactly. He's very playful.
Yeah, he does a joke later, but that's like, call me Mr. Vanilla Milkshake or some shit. And I was like, oh, okay. So,
I like that interpretation a lot.
Like he's like a little silly guy. Like, this is all just a game for me. I already know how it's gonna end.
Exactly. He's omniscient. There's no stakes in this for him. He understands exactly how everything will move forward, so he can afford to just have some fun with it.
And I feel like he's only really interested in the aspects that he doesn't understand. Like, there are things about this that he can't quite grasp.
Yeah, there are gaps in his vision.
And that's what's intriguing him about this, is like, man, I need to figure out what I don't know. And I think, this is just like first glance, like what I assume the kind of villain he is. I assume he's going to like be willing to follow this to his own detriment. Like, if there was some like missing knowledge is going to be his big like, ooh, that's piqued my interest.
I won't say anything on that. But okay. God, he's such a great villain.
Yeah,
he's genuinely super intimidating.
Yeah,
he's like, oh my god, the aura that he lets off with all of his dialogue. Nothing anyone can do, like, say to him, like, touches him.
No.
I mean, he basically calls out Vriska. Like, right here, this is obviously in the future, or, you know, in the present or whatever, which is way past when a lot of the other shit went down with him. But he basically just tells Vriska, like, you are not as smart as you think you are.
Mm-hmm.
And Vriska is genuinely hurt by this. Like she's caught off guard.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, he's right. Essentially, he just says, like, you think of yourself as very cunning, but you are just a blunt instrument, and all I had to do was point you in a direction and watch you go.
Like, I didn't really do anything.
He's super fucking interesting. I love him. I love him so much. He's easily what I would consider to be the best villain in Homestuck. And we were going to get more of him, and oh my god, he's so compelling.
I may have misread this, but I believe he says something about like a transgression that Vriska did to him that she needed to repay to him.
Keep in mind, this would be after Team Charge, Team Scourge.
Yes.
This is post Q-Ball.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That would be the transgression.
Yeah.
This is post Q-Ball.
Yeah.
Vriska talks with Grim. Grim says, wow, Vriska, you're a fucking sociopath and you suck.
Lousy, stupid, goddamn supportive friends.
Yeah. Oh, she also says that all of her parents are going to die. We already knew that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they told us that at the beginning.
Oh my god! And she kind of goes off on a little bit with she equates Karkat's like curse from the computer program he ran and Vriska's bad luck is like being very self-inflicted. I have a section in here.
Oh yeah.
Where I do want to talk about Vriska's character, and that's just something that factors into it.
Yeah.
Hold that for a little later.
Okay.
because I have a section here that I want to talk about a lot of the things about Vriska's character just based on what's in this section. There's a lot you can read into. That's how well of a character I think she is.
Oh, yeah.
There's more supporting details later, but I'm not even going to have to use them to support this interpretation. You can build this interpretation that I'm going to bring up like just out of this section.
I feel like they paint a pretty vivid picture of this character. They give you a lot into them with very little.
Super great. Equius.
What was it, Mohawk?
I don't know. Whatever.
But yeah, the most buff brony ever.
What? He has fucking like horse furry porn on his walls.
They're tasteful nudes.
They're tasteful nudes. But no, like they're literally furry porn.
But yeah.
Wow, man. He sweats. He's jacked as shit. Wow. He's weird. He's gross.
Man. He's got a lot going on.
He's a gross little gremlin. He's a little gremlin man. I don't like it. He's constantly sweating, and he's talking about how, like, the inferior races and shit. And also about how much he wants the milk of sweet, glorious muscle beasts. And he's
that guy on the internet.
Yeah. That's the guy that he is. He's that guy.
He's that guy. When he was thinking about his like, guardian or custodian or whatever, I thought it was just like a guy, because like it was just like a face. I was like, is it just like a dude?
No, he's like a centaur.
But no, he's a centaur.
And he milks his muscle beast milk, and I don't like it.
Give him muscle beast milk.
And he breaks the cup. He talks with Gamzy. If I had to sum up this conversation with Gamzy, it's Equius saying, Gamzy, you're not racist enough.
Yeah.
You should be more racist like me.
Tell me what to do.
Yeah, be racist to me right now. And Gamzy's like, shit, bro, I don't really know about all that noise, but if it'll make you happy. Gamzy's just the most supportive good boy of all time.
He really is the bro. He's like, if that'll make you happy, man, I'll say it. I'll say
the N-word. Quote, Gamzy says the N-word. And Equius is very happy about being called the N-word.
He was... Man, I'm glad you said like it was like weird race play stuff, because I was getting like weird kink vibes.
It is definitely like a weird kink thing where simultaneously he enjoys being told what to do by people
above him.
Here's the thing, is that it's not just masochism. It's not that he likes being told what to do. It's specifically that he likes being told what to do for racial political reasons.
As long as it fits into the heterospectrum blood hierarchy. That's
specifically he likes being told what to do by Gamzy on a sexual level because Gamzy's being racist to him. And then also later on, he likes getting told what to do by someone else because they're lower on the spectrum than him, and it feels like, oh, this is so like dirty and depraved. Like, what the fuck, Equius?
We're breaking the norm.
I hate him. But I love him. He's so funny. I love all the trolls. They're all great. All 12 of the trolls are really awesome and great. What do you have next?
He's a masochist, high blood, Equius sure may deal with Vriska.
That's the thing, yeah. Equius and Vriska are talking about how they're going to double-cross Aradia, except that they're actually going to double-cross themselves. Equius has a robot Aradia that he's going to give to Aradia to then make her like him, but then he can then usurp her. So they're double-crossing each other to see who can double-cross Aradia better.
Yeah. And then the two highest bloods that aren't other underwater freaks or clown juggalos.
Yeah.
We'll get to lead. And then Robo Slap. Don't forget who made your robotic arm.
Oh, the Robo Slap is great. Yeah, the Robo Slap. Oh my God.
Robo Aradia looks like Jadebot.
It is a similar like thing, yeah.
I assumed it was just like a same model thing. They're like, this will go cool. I wasn't sure if it was also connected on a deeper level.
I genuinely don't remember. I don't remember if that's like connected or if they're not.
Oh, that scene where Equius. Sorry about that. That scene where Equius is like making out with Aradia bot. It reminds me of that creepy priest from the Disney movie Notre Dame.
What?
That have you seen The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
I think once a long time ago.
Do you remember the creepy priest?
No.
Oh wow, yeah, he's like the main villain, and he's like super lusting after the female love interest in the movie.
Oh.
And he's like,
it's just like real life.
She's so hot. Oh, but
I'm a Catholic man. I'm gonna diddle you with my Catholic like Catholic penis.
Yeah, exactly that. And I was like, oh god. It's because I think he also like refers to like Aradia as like, oh man, she's in a lower blood class than me, but ooh.
Yeah, I know. It's like he's explicitly like he's so racist, ET.
He's so racist.
He's so racist. How do I come to terms with this?
Yeah. Oh man. I see how Andrew Hussey was trying to write him as the guy that people didn't like.
Yeah, but then everyone loved him anyway because he's genuinely really funny.
It is really silly, all the weird shit he's into.
And then he kills everyone. This is the part where he kills everyone by accident. He punches the robot goes out, explodes, hits the doomsday device falls, and then kills simultaneously Arthur and Spider-Bob.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
That's 2 down.
Yeah, that's another one. Some more of them are dead now. They're gonna get prototyped. It's not gonna matter that much. They're all gonna
They'll just be back and can talk now. Dr. Scratch is kind of scary and creepy.
Oh, hold on. This right here.
I miss something.
This is where I want to talk about Vriska's character.
Oh, okay.
Vriska talks with Terezi, and I think this is like where we can really start to dig into Vriska. All right. So Vriska has had to feed Spider-Mom other trolls in order to like quell Spider-Mom so that she doesn't get eaten.
Yeah.
So she's essentially forced to murder for her own survival.
Yeah.
And this has really taken a toll on her. This has forced
like psychologically.
her. Yeah, this has forced her to like kind of build up a wall between other trolls and my friends. Yeah. My friends are people. Other trolls are just
potential food.
Yeah, they're just unfortunate byproducts. So she kind of has to build up this wall, and then because of the fact that like it's out of my hands, I have to feed Spider-Mom. Mm-hmm. This has kind of affected her entire mentality. She has developed an ability to completely absolve herself of any responsibility for her own shitty actions.
Yeah. But
both mistakes and immoral actions simultaneously. So if she does bad things, well, I was forced to. They forced my hand. I had to kill them for Spider-Mom. This person did a bad thing to me. I had to kill them for my own reasons.
That came up with when she was talking to Scratch because she blames him for all her actions.
Why would Scratch make me do this, right? Mm-hmm. And then in terms of just mistakes, even. That wasn't my fault. It's my shitty luck. I can't catch a break.
I'm so unlucky.
She constantly brings that up. I can't catch a break. Why is my luck this shitty? When in reality, it is self-inflicted. She's making her own bad luck by from just making everyone hate her, from all the way at the top by making everyone hate her because she kills everybody, or all the way down to the bottom of I don't clean my room so I keep stepping on D4s everywhere. Yeah. It influences every single part of her life.
And like it's proven that people can live without a custodian. Terezi does it just fine when hers in an egg, and she's blind. So like, well,
it's not Vriska can't even really kill the Spider-Mom. It's that the Spider-Mom will just eat Vriska if she doesn't get other food.
They are forever bound to each other, so they wouldn't know where she's at. And
like the Spider-Mom will just kill her.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of this comes from. Is that because of her circumstances, she's forced to build up essentially 2 personalities, because there is that part of Vriska that likes playing role-playing games with her friends, but then there's that other part of Vriska that's I need to be hard, I need to be cool, I need to be a cool, hard badass, and that's the like kind of front that she puts forward to other people, to Tavros. That's the person that fucks up Tavros. Mm-hmm. That's the person that talks with Scratch. That's the person that's planning all these cool, weird double crosses. But like the other person is still there, and that's why like Terezi and Grimm are like still fucking bother.
Yeah, because they know that that's not all their friend is. Also, I think I have a few good guesses on how she lost that arm.
Yeah. Oh well, we get to see it.
Do we?
Yeah. It gets blown off by the cue ball.
Oh, yeah. When I had written down that, and then it was I assumed it was Spider-Mom.
Oh, no, Spider-Mom gets fucked.
Oh, I meant before, like, because she lost her arm before
Spider-Mom dies.
Before Spider-Mom dies.
Yeah, that's true.
And I thought that she offset in that, but yeah, now I'm caught up. But yeah, man, that woe is me attitude of just like, man, everything is someone else's fault. It kind of actually, because I don't know if necessarily Carcat falls in that same box, because he he feels
He's almost
very
the
much
opposite,
self-hate. Yeah, he feels like everything is his mistake, and like even things that are tangentially like miles away from him in forms of like purpose and like action and like end result, he still ties to himself and based on his like shitty actions as a troll.
So they're almost opposites of one another.
Opposite.
And they're both kind of gunning to be team leaders as well. But they're like entirely opposite in the way that they would look to lead. And so there's a lot of thematic clashing there. It's super cool. It's fucking great.
And how they go about it. Like Cardcat's like, me, leader.
Yeah, exactly.
And Vriska tried to worm her way in there.
Cardcat just says, fuck you, I'm now the leader.
I am leader now.
Whereas Vriska is like trying to do all this weird back end like political maneuvering because she wants to be leader, but she also doesn't want people to hate her. She wants to have friends. So this is what I mean about how Vriska is a terrible person, but she's incredibly well written and incredibly sympathetic. Yeah. Despite the fact that she's a shitty person.
Yeah.
Vriska is Joker from the movie Joker.
They live in a troll society, man.
Oh my god, there it is.
Dr. Scratch, I think, is the next thing. Or Solux being asleep and then waking up with honey in his mouth.
Yeah, we're getting, this is where we get into the other half of Team Scourge, Team Charge. Aradia gets really pissed off that Tavros got crippled, so she sends like the spirits of the people that Vriska has fed to Spider-Mom to go fuck with her. Mm-hmm. And Vriska can't handle this because, as we were talking about before, Vriska has like partitioned them off. Mm-hmm. Those aren't people. That's just whatever. We don't need to worry about them.
And it wasn't my fault I did that.
It wasn't my fault I did that. So essentially she's being forced with that both of those are wrong. Like, you killed these people. That was your decision. And these are people.
They are whole people with lives that you ruined.
And Vriska can't handle that. So he talks with White Text guy, our boy, Mr. Vanilla Milkshake.
Boy, Mr. Vanilla.
And
Vanilla Ice.
He just says, like, you're going to kill Aradia.
It's okay.
And that's all he has to do to make her do it.
Yeah, he's how do I make this end?
And this is what we were talking about earlier. Is that like earlier he kind of says like all I had to do was point you in a direction, and we get to see that happen. Yeah. Literally, all he says is you're gonna kill Aradia. I don't actually need to convince you. You're gonna do it.
You're going to do it. Good.
And then she's like, "No, I'm not, fucking idiot." And then she does.
And she does that.
Yeah, she mind controls Solix and gets Solix to Cyclops X-Men. That bitch. And then, oh my god, fucking, I took this picture because I had this moment. Look at this fucking panel where Aradia is blasted.
Oh god.
Avirdashi! What is this fucking JoJo doing in my Homestuck, Mr. Hussey? What are you fucking doing here? Dude. Huh? What is this fucking Bucciarati shit doing?
Oh god.
Vriska is Bruno Bucciarati confirmed from JoJo Part 5. Vriska is Italian confirmed. This is it. Scratch.
All right.
We finally get to see our cue ball daddy.
Now I know some characters that he isn't.
Yes.
He isn't Vriska.
He's not Vriska.
He can't be Aradia.
That is true.
Oh, man. I just compile.
Do you have updated theories on who Doc Scratch is?
Oh, man.
Jade Harley is still obviously the top contender.
Yes, obviously. But now I feel like, oh, yeah, okay. In his, like, intro bit of dialogue where they describe Doc Scratch to us, I wrote something that wasn't even inherent English, but anyway, yeah, they mentioned he has a potent genetic sequence, and I was like, where have we heard genetic sequences?
I don't know.
The Meow Code.
Yeah.
Who else was built using the Meow Code?
Baquero. Well, yes.
Who also is white with no eyes.
They are 100% on the right track.
They're either the same person or extremely closely tied.
They're not the same person, but they are the same type of creature. What this is Doc Scratch described as a first guardian. He is essentially like the guardian of Alternia to like guard it, or to
lead it to the universe.
Victory, essentially.
Which is summoning Lord English for him.
For him, yes.
Okay, yeah.
And specifically the way it's phrased, I'm pretty sure, is that he guides the planet towards its ultimate purpose, as Bequerel does for Earth.
Okay.
So Bequerel is Earth's first guardian, as Doc Scratch is Alternia's.
Okay. So he's like...
And the reason why Beck has that specific fascination with Jade and protecting Jade is because the way it was made was by being fused with Hallie, the dog of the Harley's dogs.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is why Beck specifically cares about the Harleys as well as Earth.
Mm-hmm. I assumed it was because she's like very plot crucial to Earth's ultimate purpose, whatever the heck that is.
Well, I mean that too.
But also, yeah, he's just like their pet dog.
Yeah.
So he had to stay loyal. He's still best boy.
Exactly. He's a best little man. He's a good little boy. Now, he is also, as we said before, he's the servant to Lord English. He is the entity that will be born at the... He's the entity that will be born at the end of the universe.
Yeah.
And Doc Scratch is essentially working to close the time loop to make sure that
he gets summoned. So I have Doc Scratch works for Lord English and is trying to destroy the universe because that will summon him. And then they'll play pool.
Yes.
Obviously.
100%. Oh, yeah, because he's on... This is where we... More shit about where intermission takes place. Mm-hmm. It takes place on this green moon of Alternia. Yeah. Because Doc Scratch is literally in the Felt's mansion on the green moon.
And he's just got Skaya sitting like on like his desk or some shit.
The chessboard?
Yeah.
It's kind of built to resemble the battlefield. Okay. I don't think that's literally the battlefield.
Okay, cool.
But
I was
yes,
like,
it is very much meant to like resemble Skaya.
Got you.
Which does kind of imply that Scratch knows some shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously he knows all of the shit because he's omniscient.
He knows everything. But he is somehow getting sauced by a young troll girl. Well, I guess he's like not getting sauced.
He's not getting sauced, but it's like, listen, you're playing 1v1 snipers in Team Fortress 2 with your buddy, and you're kicking his ass, and then he starts getting better out of nowhere, and he's not beating you because you've been playing 1v1 snipers in Team Fortress 2 for fucking years, but you're like, damn, how's he improving this fast? Terezi calls you up and says, yo, your buddy's using aim lab.
They're cheating,
and
for
you're
sure.
Like, what the fuck, bro?
He's got aimbots, bro.
Yeah. That's what this is. Vriska is becoming the Queen's Gambit at an alarming rate, and Terezi says, hey, yo, Vanilla. She got that fucking aimbot, bro. And he says, shit! And he explodes her aimbot and blows off her arm and her eyeball.
And, oh, man.
So, obviously, this is in the past. This is right after Aradia dies. Terezi is now getting fucked. I mean, Terezi is now going to fuck Vriska because Vriska just killed Aradia. So now she talks to Scratch, blows off her arm, which is why she has a robot arm in, like, current times.
Yeah. We can tell it's the past because she doesn't have the glasses yet.
Yeah. Oh, let's talk about...
Can she see?
Let's talk about this cue ball.
Oh, yeah, this cue ball. What's up with that?
Where else have we seen this cue ball?
We've seen it in Jade's room.
There you go.
She had one.
She has one.
Either
no.
The same one? Oh, no.
It's not the same
Scratch
one.
is connected to that, too.
Because keep in mind, it's when Vriska takes one out, she says there's a bunch of them. It's not the same one. Scratch blew up Vriska's, but Jade has one of these.
Yeah, and that's somehow connected to Scratch, and that's bad.
That is definitely bad news.
I don't know what he's going to do with it, but he's evil and for sure trying to fuck them up at some point.
He's super evil and everything's scary, and oh god. Vriska kills Spider-Mom. That Vriska kills her is bad.
Vriska, when she's talking to Terezi about Aradia's death in the past, she's like, oh, that? I thought we were done talking about that. Like, oh, that casual murder?
Yeah, it's not that big a deal, guys.
It's whatever.
It's not even my fault, really.
Sometimes I let others hang from ropes, though.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
It was what Terezi said. So I was like, oh my god. Yes. That's a death threat right there, bro.
And then Aradia basically tells her, yo, you got fucked, get destroyed, you're gonna be on red team now. Or on blue team, or you're gonna be on Karkat's team.
Yeah, whichever one is the one without the low class. Blue collar. Blue collar team is red team. Pyrope is a master manipulator.
She's so great. To the point where she even gets Doc Scratch to help her.
Yeah,
essentially.
Like, she is really good. I think she's pretty top tier in the group.
That seems like a convenient time to mention that Terezi is bound by the aspect of mind.
Oh. I think Solux at the beginning of the section said something about her seeing his mind and she's not psychic.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas Vriska has to, they constantly bring this up about how, like, Vriska has to resort to, like, kind of blunt methods to some extent of doing what she wants to do. Mm-hmm. She's trying to do all this, like, backstab, manipulate shit because she thinks it's cool, but she's bad at it.
Yeah.
Whereas Terezi just kind of does it effortlessly. No mind control required. Oh, fucking Christ. It's more Equius. Equius gives Aradia the soul bot.
Oh, yeah. Did you put a chip in this to make me fall in love with you?
It's like the most metal thing imaginable. She's so repulsed by the mere concept of being in love with Equius that she rips out her own heart and just endlessly smashes it. It's fucking horrifying.
And then she makes out with him. Why?
I don't know.
That's so weird, because, like, she took the chip out, and then she started kicking his ass, and I was like, okay, this makes sense. But then they start kissing, so she's either, like, thought that was hot, or, like,
Nepta
the chip didn't
updates
go
the
out.
shipping wall.
Yeah, Nepta had to update the shipping wall.
Let's talk about ships.
Oh, man.
I know you don't want to, but let's talk about this. Homestuck has a lot of shipping in its fandom.
I'm aware.
Hussey is starting to kind of show his hand a little bit here. But I do think it's important that while there is a much more above average amount of like weird teen relationship melodrama in the trolls, it doesn't matter because the characters themselves are still incredibly endearing.
Yeah.
Because they're all so fun to read on like a minute-to-minute level. I am now genuinely invested in their weird romance relationship bullshit.
Yeah.
When I wouldn't care otherwise.
And they have like weird relationships, probably because everything's based off hate for them.
We're gonna talk about the way that trolls view romance. I don't remember when the exposition dump on that is. I think next episode. Don't you fucking worry. There's a lot of discourse about troll romance. There's been plenty of discourse about troll romance in our own Discord server in the spoilers channels. Trust me, it is not something you will ever be able to escape from once we read about it. Karkat recruits Vriska. This is an interesting conversation because it ties into what we were talking about earlier about how Vriska is only kind of half in it. It's like kind of two personalities, and one of them is like a front that she puts up.
Yeah.
Karkat essentially calls her out on it. Karkat basically says, you're claiming to like hate everybody, but your hate isn't focused, so you're never going to be able to get in like a weird hate relationship that we don't know the details of yet, but we'll get into later. But Karkat basically calls her out. It's like, yeah, you claim to hate everyone, and you kind of do, but not nearly as much as you pretend to.
But yeah, it's way more fake hate, and I can smell that.
He sniffs that shit out.
Totally platonic bone bulge bump. Is a line from Karkat in this dialogue. I can't remember in what context.
Bone bulges, PT?
Oh, bro.
Want to bump some bone bulges? Want to kick the wicked elixir? Watch some Netflix and bump some bone bulges, bro?
Netflix and bone bulge bump, bro.
Oh my god, Jack Noir!
Oh yeah.
Yes, my boy. This Jack Noir will become Spade Slick in intermission.
Oh yeah, that's when he. Okay,
this is super cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is great, and they have this awesome moment where like he stabs Karkat, and Karkat's like freaking out because it's like, oh god, no, you can't see my blood.
Look at my blood.
Because Karkat, this is why his blood. He's been keeping it secret this whole time because his blood is like this weird mutant. He's not a rust blood like Aradia. He is a mutant candy red blood. Karkat essentially has human blood.
Yeah, okay. I was like, that's what it looked like. It's like,
but that's like a mutant thing.
But
for
that's
them.
weird.
So
for
he
them.
will just be murdered on sight. Which is why he's been keeping it secret.
That's why he doesn't tell people.
But then you have this great like character moment where Jack doesn't really understand any of this.
Bro,
yeah, and then so like for Jack, it's like, there we go, we're gonna like shake hands and now we're gonna have like a blood pact. And for Karkat, it's like this is the first time he's seen another person like with his own blood color. He's like, oh my god, I'm not fucking alone anymore. It's sick, and they get to be buddies. It's so cool.
That's very sweet.
This feels like an appropriate time to mention that Karkat is bound by the aspect of blood. Just throwing that out there.
That's why. Is that why his blood's weird?
No. But it is just kind of ties into it thematically. What ties into it thematically is that blood represents like relationships and like bonds and shit.
Oh, okay.
So like this moment with like Jack this would tie into that.
Oh yeah, they're describing their version of the Black Queen.
Yeah, this is what I would refer to as like the finale of this like set of pages. Yeah. Is that because it kind of stops being from the perspective of any character and like zooms back and gives us some more basic information.
She's got the sultry lips of a mother grub.
Oh my god, that phrasing. Yeah, that Hussey sure says that.
Yeah, man. Apparently they got real thick lips, like But frogs are nope, my bad.
No, this is what yeah. Frogs are like contraband from Durst.
And speakers of the vast joke.
Yeah, this has been set up by like all the weird shit that we've seen in the lands and everything.
Yeah.
Is that the forces of Durst hate frogs. And so, and again, we'll get into why later. There's a reason. There's a very important reason why. There's a reason why I keep pointing it out. Mm-hmm. But this kind of plays into that. This is why Aradia prototyped the Frog Temple, is because it would cause the Black Queen to
be pissed.
Take off the ring. She's not going to allow herself to be... She saw the
sprite and she wasn't going to... Okay,
she's not going to allow herself to be deformed by that.
Like, ew.
By, like, the worst possible thing in our entire civilization. Yeah, so that's why she's not going to wear that shit.
Yeah, no. She would never.
No, not allowed anymore.
Oh, man. I also noticed that this Black Queen's ring, it has, like, a bunch of nubs because there's, like, 12 of them instead of 4. Yeah, because
there's going to be 12 prototypes. Think about what a fucking nightmare the Black King is going to be.
Yeah, man. Just an absolute abhorrent monster.
There is a fan animation of the trolls fighting the Black King that is basic. It's not made by Hussey, but it's basically confirmed by him to be like, yeah, that's how it went down.
Yeah. Okay.
It plays nice with canon. It's just like, damn, here's them all fighting the Black King. It's pretty cool, and he's pretty awesome and scary.
Yeah, dude, I bet. He's fucking mixed with a frog and probably... Wait, all the fucking monsters that they have as pets. And they all have badass things
Yeah, they all have really cool pets, except for Tinkerbell.
Except for Tinkerbell. I guess he has big horns, so I guess that's a plus, but...
Okay, eventually... The Black King, she like locks the ring away, or the Black Queen locks the ring away, and it's like, no one will find out, right? Mm-hmm. They super find out,
yeah.
And the trolls like force her out of power. And so she then runs away into the Alternian desert, where she is picked up by Scratch and given the power to become Snowman.
And that's when, okay, yes, all right.
There you go.
Fucking sick. And that's... That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked. And then this is where it hits us with the Mobius double reach around. Hit me with a Mobius double reach around sound effect, DT. Oh shit. Oh.
Just got reached around.
Because you thought it was 2 teams, but fuck you, it's one team.
One team. They're the same team.
They're the same team. Again, more like weird suburb predestination shit. Mm-hmm. Because if they had never connected with each other, then it would be 2 separate sessions. But... it's not because they did, and because they did, then that means it was always one session because Suburb would like know about it.
Yeah, it knew it happened. Retroactively.
It's more like weird time loop predestination shit.
Mm-hmm.
And this is treated as a big reveal. We basically knew this in like Act 4. This is not new.
Yeah.
But it's funny.
But yeah.
A Mobius double reach around.
But
holy
yeah, I don't know. I think that's the name of that code. That weird... At the very least,
I'll have to go back and look.
It's like the color scheme of Solux.
Yeah.
But I guess he like did that at the beginning.
But yeah, he set up the red and blue teams because he likes red and blue. He wears 3D glasses.
Yeah. He's got like 2 minds, maybe.
He's got his 3D glasses. Yeah, he has like 2... He's just weirdly into 2.
2 dongs.
Oh my god. He does have 2 dream selves.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I'm just mentioning that here because he has 1 on Prospect, 1 on Durst. I don't think Aradia has any.
Because she's dead.
I think that's what it is. I think that's how they make sure there's still 12. I don't know. We'll have to get to that.
But yeah.
That's it.
We got through
Final thoughts on this section, ET.
Final thoughts. I think...
this was the longest episode by far.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a chunky boy.
An hour and 45 minutes or something.
Jesus.
It's so fucking long.
But yeah, I thought... I really enjoyed going through the trolls. I like the fact that... I loved when we first got introduced to everything, but I like that they sped us through this and we didn't have to like get dragged behind by, oh yeah, let's reinvent the wheel here.
Exactly.
But yeah, all the trolls are really fun, and I hope all the cool ones get more depth. Like the ones I like are like more fleshed out.
They will. He has a pretty good smattering of like which trolls get development, which kind of stay memes.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, all in all, great read. I
love me some great people.
Yeah, man.
Fuck yes. Next week, we're just gonna finish Act 5, Act 1.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna read through pages 2-3-20 to 2-6-25.
2-3-20 2. One more time for the people in the back.
One more time for the people in the back, aka ET right next to me. 2,320 to 2,625. There you go.
All right.
We're gonna finish up Act 5, Act 1. We're gonna finish up with the troll backstory, and they're gonna play some fucking sperm, bro. It's gonna be pretty awesome.
Yeah, man. I'm really excited to see everybody's weapons. They got some really like wild.
Oh my god, so many of them have really cool weapons, bro.
Like
one of the ones we
Vriska's dice.
Her dice are so cool.
It just summoned a guillotine.
It was so awesome. Oh my god, Vriska's dice are like one of the coolest fucking things I've ever seen. She's so
fucking
sick, bro.
Club kind.
Oh my god, yes! Bro, fucking Gamzy's gonna hit him with the bowling pin. He's gonna go, what bam! It's gonna hit you with the Wii Sports strike sound effect. It's gonna be awesome. He's gonna hit you with that nice shot. It's gonna be so great. Oh, fuck yes. I cannot wait to enter Grub and become a troll myself. My skin is, oh god, my skin is turning gray. I can feel the 70% alcohol entering my body.
No.
Fuck, I'm getting, I need
skin poisoning.
I need you to bring me to the hospital, ET, before I turn into Homestuck.
I don't think this is one of our bids. I think we just need to go to the doctor.
Oh, fuck, Oh, no. Am I going to become a Homestuck from the horrible skin condition of the thing? Find out on the next episode.
Whoa.
Oh, no. I'm being taken to the hospital. Next episode of the GrubCast.